Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the PESLeague World Finals. We are down to just 3, kind of. It's going to be another $100,000 game. The winner will go into the grand final and have the chance of winning $200,000, but will be guaranteed $100,000 themselves. The loser is not quite done. They will have one more chance in the 3rd, 4th place playoff to play for $50,000 as well. But this is the next semi-final, and my name is Bryce, and I am not alone to bring you the commentary and analysis for this next one. Joining me here in the studio, of course, is going to be Ton and Graham this time around. Guys, how are you? We're coming towards the end of the massive PESLeague World Finals. Are you two okay?
I'm going to lower my seat. There we go.
There we go.
Just he was massive compared to
There's so many things I could say.
Back to case in point. I think I'll bring wildly back on the track here. Let's talk about the game we've got coming up then. Now, we've had one semi-final. Edorito has gone through in dramatic fashion. But we're now moving on to the other side of the bracket. GuiFera versus Yona, KRA. Now, these players, GuiFera actually going to be Adam's favourite, who's not on the panel this time around. Do we think he's right?
For me, when I've seen GuiFera play, it's always been very impressive. Seems methodical. He's not one of these guys that scores as many goals as Edorito, because there's nobody like Edorito. But he seems very, very strong. Every time he comes out, he always seems to play in control. Clearly, because he's getting the semi-final, that has obviously been the theme throughout his games. But for me, he's looked very, very strong in every single one of those games.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been given some information, so apologies if I get this wrong, but apparently these two guys are very close friends, so play each other a lot anyway. But also, as well as we mentioned GuiFera's runner-up in Milan last year, Yona himself is a continental champion as well, so both very good. I mean, only because I've seen the way he plays and seen him playing today as well, I'd have to side with GuiFera as well. All
right, well, we'll see how this goes through here at the same time, but there's a lot of pressure on now as it comes to this part of the tournament as well. We've spoken about pressure all the way through the road to Cardiff. And we've said, you know, grand final of even the qualifiers. This is a different kettle of fish here. This is a massive amount of money going forward. You win this, you are guaranteed $100,000. You lose, you get a second chance of $50,000. But you don't want to be in that position.
No, absolutely not. You want to guarantee yourself as much money as possible.
Because they can still walk away with nothing. At this point, both of these players, well, one of these players, sorry, could walk away with absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
or they can walk away with $200,000.
This is the most important game. I mean, typically you always say that, you know, every game is important. But for me, I mean, you know, if you win this, you've already got $100,000. If you win the final, even better. But then at least you're still going home with at least $100,000. I mean, that is crazy, life-changing money. Yeah. Unless you're crazy with it and just blast it all on bad things. But, you know, if you have sensible parents who direct you in the right direction, that is life-changing money.
It certainly is. And again, that's going to really be playing into their minds. Not just at the start of this game. They're both already pretty confident coming into it as well. But because it's 2 legs, once that first leg is done, one of these players could very well be behind. And at that point, we find out whether or not they are made of champion material. Are they going to be able to rally and put it down and figure out what was wrong and spend the next game, the next 90 minutes, getting back into it? It's such a difference in money.
Exactly, and it's huge. I mean, it's not just a small amount. It's £200,000 could be the difference, but we're getting there now.
We certainly are. All right, this game is ready to go. Ton and Graham, take it away.
Well, thank you very much, Bryce. The second semi-final now, we already know one of these guys is going to have the unfortunate straight away every single time out off the line. Well, I hope that's how the rest of this game is going to go on, because what a fantastic start that is from GuiFera. Jeez, we got a game on our
crazy start.
And unfortunately, one of these two players has to beat Edorito in the final. What a start here. That was GuiFera, straight on the attack. He's shooting from left to right. Yona is shooting from right to left. But here we go, GuiFera, once again, the chip in the box is going to be the eye. Look at that in the top right corner. GuiFera makes a 1-0 already, and what a start by him.
Absolutely amazing gameplay. Stopping the ball, quick turn, shimmy, and boom. 1-0. Boom.
Boom. I just want to clarify that you did the foot movement as well.
I did, yes. I may have just kicked the air in front of the
Anyway, back into the game. GuiFera with the lead already in. Straight away, Jonah has got a mountain to climb. I think that's the thing. You know, it can just stretch people so much, but Suarez is in to make it 2, and GuiFera in control here. As we do now see GuiFera really stamping his authority on this game. Let's see if Jonah can get himself back into this one. 2 goals down straight away. Not a great start.
Not a great start at all, but on the opposite side of that coin, GuiFera is absolutely loving the start that he's had at this game, but Jonah's looking to change the ball attack. But as I say that, curse of the commentator, the attack breaks down and GuiFera's looking for his third.
It's just his passing is very good. It just seems as if when he's in tough situations, the passing just always comes in. I say that immediately, gives the ball away, but does manage to make its way out to Messi, the Rakitic, and back to Messi down the right-hand side. He's just about going to make it there in front of the defender. The cross is going to come in. Good clearance away, and no way for him to end that attack with a goal, but he is going to have another bite at the cherry. Vidal looking for Iniesta. To Suarez, to Rakitic, back to Suarez. That is 3-0, and GuiFera looking very, very good.
Look at the calmness on his face. That is the face of a man that has almost guaranteed himself $100,000.
This is the sort of start that we've seen Etorito have. And I think, you know, it's looking that way at this moment in time. There's still a lot of game to play, but here we go. It's actually going to be off the post by Jonah, and no, he's not going to be able to convert the second one either. And GuiFera survives that goalman scramble in the end, but really good play by GuiFera so far. 3-0 to him. But for me, you know, looking at it, you know, great start by GuiFera, and it just means that Jonah is going to have to really stretch himself to get back into this game, but he can take his time. There is plenty of time left, Greg.
Exactly, and we've just seen from Jonah there, he's had 2 great shots, didn't pull off for him then, but this is only the first game. If you're just tuning in, this is the first game of a 2-leg tie, should I say. So GuiFera from Brazil currently leading 3-0 against Jonah from Peru. Jonah still not out alone in this game, but as I say that, GuiFera looks to add even more to the tie.
Just offside, literally centimetres in it. Ter Stegen's going to be wanting to send this upfield. It's going to be towards Neymar, who wins the header to Suarez, and you've got to feel that you want to see Jonah get a goal in this half. That ball's going to be put into Suarez, though it's just about going to be taken away from him by Piqué there, but it is going to be a corner here to Jonah. Neymar to whip this one in. It's going to go straight to Ter Stegen. He's going to punch that one away. It's probably going to go back out to Neymar. It does so. Messi's going to win that ball, though, in his own half, keeping a hold of it, stopping Jonah doing anything with it in this area of the pitch, and this could be the counter-attack on. This is the danger for Jonah, pushing on, especially when his team 3 goals down. It's going to open up the fact that a counter-attack can come in. Jordi Alba going to give it to Neymar, turns inside the box. Surely that is 4, and it is. GuiFera looking very, very good to put himself in that grand final.
I can't even find the words. I'm just sat here watching the team play, the passing, the movement of the ball, and the understanding of play movements from GuiFera, taking 2 touches with the ball to shimmy past defenders, and he's pretty much just done the exact same thing again as he's looking up. I can't even speak. Let's just watch.
As he loses the ball. we go back to watching Jonah anyway. Let's see if he can get a goal on the board as well. But at the same time, here we go. That's a good ball through Suarez. Surely he went for power, not precision, and it's going to go whistling past the left-hand side.
One thing we're seeing from both of the Latin American finalists in this match, and we've seen throughout the day, is that use of manual shooting. So if you're watching this and you're not a fan of PES, and you see that arrow when a player is about to shoot, that means they're using a full manual pass. So only the best of the best can do that. And these two have a chance to be exactly that as Jonah now on the attack. Messi with a shot, but once again saved by Ter Stegen.
It always seems to be the power. I think he needs to take his time just a little bit more. GuiFera in control here. Corner, looks in, doesn't beat the first man. Back out to Neymar. Is the cross going to come in once again? It seems so. No, it isn't. Another corner there to Jonah. Ball's whipped in again. Messi there to try and get the first one, and it's going to be Rakitic off the line, so that's just about going to save GuiFera from conceding his first goal of the semi-final, as it is cleared away and the counter-attack can come in once again. Busquets sends it out right towards Suarez. Did have Neymar with him, but that's a crucial interception by Piqué, I think it was in the end, and the counter-attack can actually come in from Jonah, but it's not going to be good enough. We're coming up to the halfway mark in the first leg of the second semi-final.
4-0. I think that scoreline is probably a little bit flattering for GuiFera because on the other hand, Jonah has had some absolute phenomenal shots, but as you've said already, just powering them at the keeper rather than...
Yeah, he definitely could have scored one. I still believe GuiFera deserves to be in front, rightly so. But I think, yeah, I'd agree. I think Jonah's had a couple of chances that he should have really put away, but he's going to have plenty more time to do that one. It's an unhappy man on the stage, but want these players, if you lose, you go to take on O'Neill. $50,000. So, I mean, that's still another big game for one of these
Every
two.
crowd has a silver lining.
Yes, indeed. Unless you lose that game, you walk up with nothing. But anyway.
Well, not every cloud, then. Most clouds.
Jonah going to try and get an attack on the board straight away. Just trying to get a goal. He's 4 goals down. It's not impossible, but it's going to be hard either way. The passing is very good. Absolutely. It was a little bit too much. Really good football, but for me, I think he needs to be getting himself in a position to shoot. Yeah. Had plenty of corners as well. Hasn't been able to do anything with him until that moment. That's a goal on the scorecard for Jonah.
You said something about getting into a position to shoot. I think that's just happened.
I did indeed.
Good advice.
you can tell I'm not very good at this. That's a cracking ball put in. Oh, what a goal that would have been if GuiFera had been able to put that one into the top left corner. Neymar just about missing that one there. Good defensive work by Jonah, and that's going to be put in once again. Suarez is there, but not close enough. Iniesta surely going to lay it off to Busquets in the end. Rakitic is there also. Vidal has Messi in front of him, but does end up at Rakitic's feet. Puts it into Messi, who isn't marked, and it looked like a nice finish, but he's about 3 million miles offside.
Just a touch. Just a touch.
Just a tad. Just a tad. And the ball is put up towards Suarez.
Wow, just about to say a lovely tackle.
It looked like a lovely tackle, but the referee deems it otherwise. Ball is now played short to Busquets. Back to Rakitic. Surely going to put out on the wing towards Vidal, who leaves the ball to go out for a goal kick. So 4-1 now, and Graham, looking at the first 55 minutes of the semi-final, can you see Jonah coming back into this one?
I can. I mean, without a doubt, GuiFera is deserving this lead, but he doesn't look like he's got it in the bag, and Jonah definitely has the attacking threat there to get some goals. He just needs to find, I mean, it's cliche, but that killer instinct, that eye of the tiger to put the ball between the sticks, because he's just not doing that enough yet. He's getting the opportunities, but just missing his lines at the far post.
I think it's very similar to the game we've just seen previously, where Etorino had a fantastic start, and in the end, I think these players sort of ran out of energy, so they couldn't continue the attacking as much. Whereas then he's had to hold on to that lead and just try and keep the deficit at that. In the end, though, I mean, it's the same sort of thing. They have a really good first half, and I think what's going to have to happen in the second half is Jonah's going to have to score that first goal.
And he's obviously got the pedigree for that. As we mentioned already, Jonah is a continental champion himself, so he has experience winning on the biggest stage himself. So if anyone can do that from the Latin American region, he's obviously the first place from the Latin American finals too, so he can do that. Here
we go. This is trouble, though, for GuiFera. As we can see, that Messi is pushing on through for Jonah, but it is going to get cleared away. Going to continue the attack, though. Goran does go to... Okay, now back out to Rakitic. Puts it to Iniesta. Really good play. The turn was very nice, but in the end, wasted it just a little bit. Iniesta to Rakitic. Can GuiFera put the nail in the coffin in this first leg of the semi-final? Neymar to Suarez to Messi. That Emerson trio always causing problems. Vidal to Rakitic. Back to Messi.
Look at the way the game's been slowed down here. This is GuiFera mind games, owning the game, taking charge of things, and
just slowing it down, just wasting the time. Every moment that he has the ball, his opponent does not, so his opponent cannot score. GuiFera.
But obviously there's a lot to play in this game, so every time he does that, that's bringing Jonah out of position, looking to work. It's not paid off for him as such yet, but if he keeps trying, especially within the last 15 minutes of the game where stamina becomes an issue for players, could be a big factor in causing late goals.
Well, played into Messi again, and GuiFera playing some nice football outside the box here. And Messi's going to dink that one in towards Neymar. Ter Stegen couldn't get there, but neither could Neymar. In the end, it goes out for a goal kick. 78 minutes coming on the clock in the second. And
that dangerous long ball, I think that's like twice, 3 times we've seen that in this game. Not paid off yet, but that's surely telltale signs. Whoa! Speaking about telltale signs.
Jonah Nelly making a mistake in his own box there, and that's really not what he wants to do at 4-1 down. 80 minutes gone on the clock. Really good player by GuiFera as well, who seems to be the one in control mostly. But here we go, just going to try and do something here. Messi out to the right-hand side. Really good football. Vidal down the right-hand side as well. It's going to look to try and cross this one in. It does seem that way, but he wants to turn around and try and play football. Try to play the quick pass into Messi. It's not going to work out for him. This could be the counter-attack coming in here for GuiFera, just slowing it down though. Once again, Iniesta to Jordi Alba, back to Iniesta. Play it through the middle to Suarez, and this is really good football from GuiFera. The sort of stuff we've seen in the first half. Is he going to play it wide to Jordi Alba? Yes, he is. The cross is going to go in. The diving header from Neymar, not quite
by
there.
ter Stegen.
Really good save by ter Stegen in the end. It's going to be sprayed away, but is it going to be enough time here?
That came all result as a result of poor decision making. Obviously, Jonah pushing down the line, taking his time, played the wrong ball, and then GuiFera had the ball for it must be 6 minutes of in-game play before he got that cross drilled in.
It's good football again by GuiFera though. Vidal is going to choose to whip this one in. He does have support from Messi on his left-hand side. He's going to be putting a Rakitic to Messi, and he's got free reign of the right-hand side here.
Messi
walks into trouble with the left foot into the top corner. It's not going to happen. Really good save by ter Stegen. Pushes it away, and GuiFera still with a solid lead, but it could have been worse there.
That run, I mean, that's ideal PES football. I mean, obviously didn't get what he wanted from the end product, but he can take some comfort going into this, knowing that he's creating the chances, even in the 90th minute, and he still has a full game of football to play.